Okay, so we have a fun one for you right now. Welcome back to the Tea and Coffee here. Um, you know, before we hit record, I was having a conversation with Steve, and I want to bring you in this because I cannot believe I saw this. And then I was like, no, hang on, I've seen this so many times before. These events, there's so many events that you can do, right?
Tons.
Networking events, learning events, workshop events, conference events. Um, there's events that you can go to where you're now known as being credentialed in that event. You're licensed. I mean, the events is insane, right? I pick and choose what events I go to, and I can make sure I have enough gap between them that I can do something with what I got from there. And
Mhm.
I also go with a goal in mind. I never just go, "Ooh, this
Oh,
looks fun. Let me turn up." No, I always have a goal. I went to this event and it was awesome. I learned a lot. I met some great people, made some great connections, spoke to a lot of them afterwards. And but there was this one person there. And you know what they did? They finished the event and then said they had to run to the airport to go from Vegas to Florida for the next event. And this isn't a speaker. Like I've done it when I've been a speaker. I've done
well,
back-to-back
yeah.
events as a speaker.
That's
But I'm
not
not
what
there
we're talking
learning. I'm That's not what I'm talking about. But this was someone attending events. And I
about.
found out they've attended 60, I think it was 66 or 68 events in the last 12 months. And these are big paid events. These aren't even like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, and then I have my networking Zooms I go to, my coffee Zooms I go to, then the chamber, and then I also go to this and I go to that and I
Mhm.
go to and I'm like, I'm exhausted listening to her. And I'm like, why?
I, I know those people.
Yeah. I think you have the best name for them though.
Well, I wish I would have coined it, and it took a while to pull it out of me, but they called them conference whores
Ultimate Horror.
because
Because they're
these are
always
people,
there.
the people that go to all these events. It could be conferences, somewhere, whatever. They just termed it conference whores. They're going there, paying from a different state. So they're paying flights, usually flights, rental car, hotel, and the conference fee. And they're buying from whatever crap that's being sold up there.
Mhm.
Then they're popping right back on to the next thing.
Yeah.
It's, and I knew someone, there you go. My goal is to hit at least 50 conferences this year. And I was like, why?
Hell no.
And they're like, well, so I can get educated about my business. I go, well, you're getting educated at each one, but what are you doing with that knowledge to apply it in your business? Oh, I
Mhm.
can't because I'm off to the next conference.
Oh yeah. You see, I don't get it. I mean, I'll be totally honest. When I very, very first decided to open a business,
Yeah.
I wasn't someone who was going to all these events in different states, but I was logging on to every Zoom that I could find, every networking, and I was like, go, and I'd do 10 in a week. I was trying to find my foothold. I was trying to figure out what I was doing.
Right.
And then I realized I had this stack of notes that could have been 2, 3 foot tall that I hadn't done a single damn thing with it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, stop the madness.
We get it when you're starting up because you got to gain some industry knowledge. You got to get out there and network. We get that part, but we're talking you're up and running. You probably are in your business 6+ months, maybe a year in your business, and you're going to all these events. You know me, I go to only conferences or events that I can gain knowledge to improve my business,
Hmm.
period. And then I go to those events with goals in mind. It's solid goal.
Oh gosh, yeah. And, and I think the mindset's really important there because some of these people I've met that are like this, they go to these events with their goal is to make themselves look like the best person in the room,
Right,
the richest, the flashiest, the most successful. And 9 times out of 10, they're failing miserably
right.
because the successful people, we don't have to like, show it at all. In
No,
fact, I'll tell you how I know if someone's successful or not in a conference. They're doing two things and they're rotating between these two things. They're taking notes, and after the conference workshop or anything like that, they're the ones that are hanging at the back of the room, connecting, talking,
mhm,
laughing, making connections, picking out little people, and then you'll see him pull out the notes. Go, okay, so when you were giving this presentation, you talked about this. I'm curious, and I'm like, okay, that's someone who's successful in their business.
Mhm.
And the people who are not, they're taking everything and they're like, oh my gosh, we're in this town. We need to go do a photo shoot at this place so we can post it on our social media. Look, oh my gosh, it's amazing. And they miss the whole concept.
Right. Or they talk about what they just learned, like now they're the expert.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah. Like they're the ones that created it.
Exactly. So we've witnessed, we hope you're not one of these, but I would say, when you're going to a conference, well, first of all, are these helping your business? And you know me, I always do
Hmm.
a litmus test, yes or no. Is this conference
Yeah.
going to help me grow my business? Is it going to give me the knowledge, maybe network or resources, or, I have the goals to grow my business? Yes or
Hmm.
no? If it's no, pass so fast.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
The one
waste
I
my time.
the what I do is I actually add up every cost for that convention or that expo or that workshop, you know, the entrance fee, if there's a hotel, if there's flights, if there's this. And then I go, okay, so my number is this. I add 25% to that number
Mhm.
because there's always going to be an
Stuff comes
incident.
up.
It happens, okay? Then I take that number and go, so how many clients do I need to get from this event to
Mhm.
make this worthwhile? Or if it's an event, because sometimes I go to events not to get clients and not to learn some of my business, but to make connections so I can maybe speak at an event later
Right.
or collaborate on JV. So I'm like, how many clients or how many JVs? What is the number that I need to go into this event to make this worth it? And it's very rare that it's over double figures.
Right.
Very rare. And then I look at everything from the agenda to the speakers to who's saying they're going and go, is that possible with that goal? And that's how I break it down.
Yeah. I just got invited by an association to speak at their event. They changed some things. So now I have a lot of out-of-pocket costs. I broke it down just like that because I've
Yeah,
spoken at that conference before and I knew how
yeah.
much business I've received from it. And it was like, let's weigh that my time as well, flights, hotel time, networking time, because you
Hmm.
got to be on. And I started looking at it. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm going to lose my butt this time.
yeah. I'll tell you who else I know is not doing well in their business. The ones that turn up 2 hours late
Oh,
or
and they
leave
have to,
2 hours early.
and they got to make a production out of it.
Oh, God, yes. Yeah. So what kind of goals can you set for these companies? I'm like, because like we're just talking about these annoying people that drive us insane. We don't want you to be that. We want you to be successful. What sort of goals are we gonna so you're not the whore?
I would say the first one is this going to help your business? Is whatever it is, but you got to look at it from like what we were mentioning. Is it going to be
Hmm.
knowledge, resources, connections? What is it? Joint
Clients.
venture part. I went to one event where I could care less about the speakers, I could care less about the conference, but I went there with one goal because I knew who was going to be in the room, and I was there
Hmm.
for joint venture partners. And
Hmm.
that's
I've done that too.
all I was there for. And guess what? That was my goal. I stayed focused and I came out with a lot of joint venture partners,
Hmm.
but I had a strict goal on it.
Yeah.
And it was worth my time now and my money.
Yeah.
Did I meet
Exactly.
a lot of people? Absolutely. Did I learn things? Absolutely.
Those are bonuses.
They were bonuses,
Because
but I went for a
you go
goal.
in with a goal, get bonuses.
Yeah,
I and here's the other thing I'm gonna tell you is how you show up.
absolutely.
Oh my God, the amount of people I've seen showing up in ripped clothes, and it's not even their brand because you go in to look on the LinkedIn, they're always there in like the suits and the
Right.
ties. And here they are like, oh, drunk last night and I'm hungover. Where's the cop? No one's going to do business with it. Come on. So how are you showing up to these? Are you showing up early? Are you staying late? Are
Mhm.
you dressed to impress? Do you have your business cards or your digital card? Do you have enough? One of my little hacks is for people to remember me. I always take 10 pens with me
Mhm.
because I guarantee someone's going to ask me for a pen. And then they come and find you to give it you back.
Yeah.
be prepared to walk in there showcasing the best version of yourself for the goal that you need.
And one thing I do, and I'm religious about this. So let's say an event ends on a Sunday and I have a travel day on Monday. Guess what I'm doing on Tuesday, folks? I am taking my notes, following up with everyone I said I was going to follow up with. I apply what I just learned. And during the conference, and I know Karen just saw my notes, I have actionable items every single day from every day. I go
Mhm.
in my hotel room for 10, 15 minutes and write down my action items. Now on that Tuesday, I am executing. I am not going off to the next conference without implementing something in my
Yeah.
business.
That's what I do. After the conference day's over, I go back to my room, I take my notes, condense it, look at it,
Yeah.
and then I go and do the networking.
Now,
Because,
exactly.
yes, because all what a lot of people do is they walk out the conference door and they go straight to the bar.
Yeah.
No, I have to go back to my room, collect the thoughts, make sure I know what I'm doing, where it's going, how it's going. And I've still been able to go and network with them. But you know what?
Yeah.
I've got everything organized for when I get home.
That's it. Now I can execute my plan. But a lot of these conference whores, I mean, they go home on the Monday, they tell everyone how great the conference was,
The
and
selfies.
they learned
Look at this.
nothing. They're
They
applying
have
nothing. They're not following up with anyone.
I've gone to conferences and not got a single picture because I've been so engaged.
Yeah.
And I can also tell when someone's not there, they're the conference. So they have 87,000 pictures from the conference.
Yeah.
And it's all selfies with them going,
Yeah.
it's like, oh God, okay. And yeah, oh. And I think the other thing to talk about here is when you go to do these things and you're having it's not just conferences, it's workshops, it's networking,
And this includes in person and online because we
in
see this
person, online.
online all the time. What the hell?
Yeah.
It happens even online, and you're muted.
Oh God.
What? And you're still
Yeah.
trying to be that person.
Oh, I'm going to give the number one piece of advice that if you just take this one piece of advice from what we have said, it will change you. Stop being a selfish prick.
Yeah.
You are not there to talk about yourself. You are not there to go, oh my gosh, I'm so amazing. Look at me and look at what I do. The more you talk about them and ask them questions, guess who's going to remember you? And also by asking them questions, you also get to learn how you can or cannot work with them, collaborate with them, be something that a resource for them, a JV for them, or even turn them into a client. And if you spend the entire time making it about the person you're talking to instead of yourself, that's going to be 10 times more successful than anything else.
That's it. And I've also noticed with the conference wars, they're there for also the promotional material and all that. You know how much, and you know me, how much promotional material I go to tons of events,
Mm-hmm.
speaking and everything else. I come back with nothing.
I come back with little things. I sometimes come back with t-shirts, but I never wear them. They always get handed to my kids for when they're doing
Yeah.
stupid stuff so they can destroy them. Sorry, it's the truth. It, the promotional stuff is not great.
No, but we see these people. Those are those conference wars. Folks, I'm there for a goal, not to get pens with someone else's branded logo on it.
No.
I know what I like to
And don't
write
be
with.
handing,
And
yeah,
don't be,
and when you take the 10 pens, don't take your branded pens with you because that just looks, it looks slimy. Take regular pens, seriously.
I know, you know me and notebooks because I just spoke at an
Mm-hmm.
event and they gave me a notebook. And the reason they gave me a notebook, not the other speakers, and they go, we know you love composition notebooks, but we have one and it was branded with their brand and they gave me a nice one. And I'm like, that to me, they
Mm-hmm.
researched me and made it special.
Yeah,
And I've done this. I've gone to a conference, researched certain speakers who I wanted to connect with that I knew I'd never be able to get in front of in a million
yes,
years, but they're in front of the room and I'm going to have my shot. I research them and find a little special gift that's to them that hits
Deb.
them. And guess what? That's one of my goals at the conference or the event And I
Hmm.
just go, listen, I loved your speak. I've been following you for a long time. I just want to give you this. Of course, it has my contact information on it because why not? I want him to remember him
Hmm.
or her to remember me.
That
But they always
that's the thought
follow
about gift.
up. They
Yeah.
follow up.
That's that's the thought about gift. And I know I just said something that every marketing person on here is going, oh, how dare she say not to give out promo pens?
There's a difference.
Oh gosh, there's
Yeah.
a
Oh,
difference, guys.
this is dedicated because I did it at one of the speakers and I knew they liked a band and I
Hmm.
had something from that band and I gave it to him and I'm like, I know you follow them and you love them and everything else. Here you go. Something you can't buy.
Hmm.
Boy, he called me the day after the conference, thanking me for the gift and said, why don't we get on an hour long get to know you call.
Hmm.
I'm like,
Yeah.
it turned into one of
Sure.
my best JV partners ever, and the
Right.
connections and relationships. But I went to that conference with that goal to just
Mhm.
connect, not sell.
Yeah. Yeah. And there is a difference. If you go into conferences intending to sell when it's someone else's conference that they're putting on, that it does not come across well.
Other
You
people's
think you're being all you think you're being all like, oh my gosh, I gave them the pen. They don't care. It just actually made you look bad.
there's so many ways to go into a conference with a positive mindset, open heart, full of gratitude, and also goals. But what we're
Yes,
talking
goals.
about is don't be that person who has to come in late, announce that they have to go to the restroom, or I got a call here for the client. Everyone, I gotta go. I gotta go. We see that all the time on Zoom summits and everything else.
It's not an airport. You don't need to announce.
I know it. I did that at a event on Tuesday. And I said, if you have an emergency call, just quietly exit the room. This is not an airport. Don't announce your departure. Just move on. But those people that we see, these conference whores, has to get that attention. They need it. That's what they're there for because they're not there to learn. They're not there to
Yeah,
make great connections. It's about them.
yeah. And I also noticed that these people who do that, oh, I gotta connect with you. They don't.
Yeah.
There's zero follow-up.
Yeah. Yeah. What here? How can we connect? What's on LinkedIn? And they never do.
Mhm. Yeah. So, Steve, what are the three things you want them to take from this about not being a conference whore, but being like conference go?
First, find the events that are going to move your business forward, whether it be a connection, that education, resources. What is it? Go in with intention to grow your business. Don't just go to be going because then you're proud that you went to 50 conferences this year. And when we
Unless you're
say
speaking at 50.
conferences, that includes online, in person, local.
Hmm.
You and I both know people go to like 50 networking events a week and they're proud of it. And it's like, how many sales did you get out of all that? None.
Well, I connected with so many great people. Awesome. And how did
No.
that work?
Find what's going to work the best for your business. Second one is have a goal when you go. I want to connect with 5 people who do this. I want to gain 5 resources because I need these resources in my business. I know someone has that in
Hmm.
this room. I'm going to find them,
Yeah.
or I'm going to go there for joint venture partners. You notice I haven't said I'm going there to sell my shit.
If you're going there, unless you're the speaker and you've got permission to sell your shit,
Yeah.
don't sell shit.
Yeah. I don't know how many times I've had these conference whores come up to me. Hey, my name is John. And they shove a business card in my hand and start giving me their elevator pitch. Like,
Hmm. It's
what?
like, oh, hi,
And then
who are
they're off to
you?
the
Sorry.
next person.
I saw someone at one event stand by the exit door and shove their business card in everyone's face as they were leaving. You know how many of those business cards were in the trash 20 feet away? Yeah, it's something else.
And
And third,
I would say, you know what, on the resources side, bring something that you can help someone else with. I'm going to say your Rolodex open. Who do you
hmm
know that can help someone? So when I hear someone going, I had a CPA, I've been having a lot of problems with them, and I always ask more questions like, Are you currently
Yeah.
looking for a CPA? What kind of CPA? And they start answering me, and I go, may I have the permission to give you 3 resources of people I know and trust that might help you? I'd say interview them. They're blown
Mhm.
out of the water, and I'll help them. Here's 3, and I give it to them like, listen, I'm going to give it to you on the next break. Boom.
Can I give like a really high level tip
Mhm.
that most people don't think of?
Yeah,
Because I space my conferences out, I research the conference beforehand,
absolutely.
big time. But then I will create 3 lead magnets that are actually aimed at the attendees of that audience.
Yeah.
And when we're talking and they're telling me about the problems that they're dealing with or something, I have those 3 lead links on a notes app that I've just created from my research.
Hmm.
And I'll go, oh my God, I actually recently did a lead magnet that helps with that. I can send that over to you if you would like. And I don't do it like, oh, I don't go in there like pitching it. It's when I've talked to them, found out the problem, we've had a good conversation. And I'll say, hey, I know this is crazy, but I did something that's pretty. And sometimes if they're a little apprehensive, I'll say, just give me your email. I'll email you the PDF. They don't feel like they're getting put onto a
Right.
mailing list, but I just got their contact information for me to follow up with them.
Absolutely.
But that is a high level like tip to do before you go because most people don't think creating things specifically for an event that they're attending.
And folks, I hope you realize the verbiage we've been using. We've always asked permission before. We do ask, give
Yes.
them anything, no matter what, even a resource, our contact. We don't tell them you shoulds because
Oh God.
conference whore people are
People
you
should have.
shoulds. Why was
You
at a
said, you said.
conference last month and you should do this? They said you should do this. They live and die
Yeah.
of what was told at that conference with blinders on, and it only lasts until the next conference.
Yeah.
They don't
And then
apply
even
it
if,
to their own business.
no, not at all. But permission is important.
Absolutely. I want to know when you all go to an event, a conference, what makes you choose that event or conference, summit, workshop, networking, all that? Why
Yeah. I
did
mean,
you
there's
go to
reason.
that one? What was the reason?
And did you just realize you're a conference whore and you didn't know it? I'm curious because
Yeah.
some of you are like going, oh shit.
What was it? One year, I think I went to 6 conferences, and then that's when I realized I could have gone to only 3 of them and been fine. And that's when I
Yeah.
like really honed in my goals and my focusing. Did less conferences, events the next year, and boy, the business grew.
The only time I do a lot of events, and not just conferences, workshops, events,
Yeah,
meeting, networking, is when I'm in a position that I am part of the team that is putting on the said event.
that yeah, and that's totally different.
That's totally different. Like I'm in a nonprofit board and we do events throughout the year.
Yeah,
That's a lot of events for me to attend. And I go. I still do my networking and my conferences and my workshops. Those are separate because I'm
right.
not putting those on. So don't think just because you're putting them on, you can't go learn from someone else.
Absolutely. So let's hear those comments down there. Why did you choose to attend an event, summit, conference? We were lumping all that together. That's a lot. Let's hear what you have to say.
Absolutely. And I think we're having a summit coming up too in June that
Yes.
you should attend because it's free and we're giving you lots of information. Oopsie.
And don't forget to like and subscribe and share these podcasts so other people can hopefully get some tips and tricks, some strategies, tactics that'll help them grow their business much easier. And take
Or if you
action.
have take action, and if you have a good enough relationship with someone that you know is a conference hall, send them this and say, well, I just found out there's a name for you, conference hall.
Yeah.
And that'd be funny. Only if you have a good relationship with them
Oh,
and they
yeah.
would take that as a joke.
Yeah.
Don't just say that.
No, no. The conference I learned that from the person who put on the conference spoke first, obviously,
Mhm.
and got other speakers. And then they interjected, obviously, they were the MC and everything. But they started the whole thing off. It came out and said, if you're a conference whore, there's the door. Weeded them out before the conference really got any traction going. And they explained what a conference whore was in their opinion. And they told them to get the F out of the room.
Yeah.
They don't want those people there. They were there
Yeah.
to help people, not to. have someone BS everyone else and sell their shit.
No, I agree. So we'll have to have a fun episode for the next week because I think this is going to have people rolling.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not a conference whore. Well, no one said you were, only you.
Only you. Like, if you're like defending it, there's a mirror somewhere in your house. Go look in it.
Yeah. Or you have enough badges with your names on it. That could be an indicator.
And it's those little silly paper ones with the plastic lanyards, and you have them hung up across the room, and you're like, I only have 50. Okay, yeah, sure.
Or you have notes from all these things and you have not taken action
You,
on any of it.
you've not cracked the book open once.
All right, let's hear those comments. We will see you next time.
See you next time. Thanks for joining us on the Tea and Coffee Hub podcast today. We hope you enjoyed today's conversation and it left you inspired, equipped, and ready to take your next step, whether that's in life, business, or maybe both.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss future episodes, and connect with us online and in person. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Until next time,
Keep sipping,
keep growing,
take action,
and stop making excuses.